We'll distribute -7.
Yes, we have to distribute -7, and we will get -49, but positive 14b. And negative times a positive is negative, and negative times a negative is positive, equals 14b plus 5. Good. At this point, we have to focus on the variable. So what do? Well, I have to move the variable to be on one side, and I have to move, so this, I will be moving it to this side, and this I'll be moving to this side. When I move 14b to this side, I have to change its sign, but 14b minus 14b is 0. When I move -49 to the other side, it becomes positive. -49 plus 5 is 54. What do you think about this statement? If I tell you that if you have $54 in your pocket or if you have $0 in your pocket, it's the same thing, what would you say? Is it a true statement or a false statement?
False.
False, also called contradiction, or false. Then what do I say about the equation? How many solutions does it have? This equation has how many? What do you think? No solutions. This is a contradiction from the get-go. No solutions. I'm going to change the problem a little bit. So let's work on this one and see what we get. In this case, we distribute, so we get -7 plus 2b equals 14b plus 5. We have to separate the variable from the no variable terms, the free terms. I have a 2b, this is positive. When I move it to the other side, it becomes negative. 2b minus 14b is -12b. When I move -7 from one side to the other, I have to change its sign. So the -7 here becomes +7 here. 5 plus 7 is 12. Now I'm trying to solve for b. So somehow I have to get rid of the number in front of b, which is multiplied by b. I cannot move -12 because this is a product. Here I can move the term because this is a term. But here I cannot move. The only option is, keeping in mind that this is multiplied, the only option is to do what to both sides? To determine b. Yes, indeed. We have to divide both sides by -12. -12 divided by -12 is 1. That's why I divided by -12 to get the 1 in front. 12 divided by -12, first I copy the sign. 12 divided by 12 now is 1. Does this work? I have no idea. But it takes a blink to go back and replace it. So if I replace it here by -1, and I replace it here by -1, let's see if we get a true statement. -2 times -1 is 2. 7 plus 2 is 9. minus 9 in front. Does this equal the other side? I don't know. 14 times negative 1 is negative 14. Negative 14 plus 5 is negative 1. This is true. So when I replaced b with negative 1 in the original equation, I got a true statement. What would you say about negative 1? Is this the solution or not? Yes, it is. Yes, I checked. I don't need anyone to tell me whether it is or it isn't. I can do it on my own. I can go back and check, and everything is fine. Good. Let's look at a slightly more involved situation. Something like sorry about that. So 2x plus 10, everything divided by 3 equals 12. So this is a little bit of a more involved situation. The first thing I need to do is eliminate this division. This has to go. That's my first priority. How will I make that division disappear? What do I need to do to both sides to eliminate this division? What do I have to do?
To multiply by 3?
Exactly. We need to multiply both sides by 3. This is mandatory. So then when I simplify factors because this is outside. This is outside. Good. Excellent. Good. Good. The left-hand side is 2x plus 10. Notice that I cannot multiply one side without multiplying the other. That would be a terrible mistake. So then 12 times 3 is 36. Good. Next step. Now you know what I'm going to do next. What do you think? What will you do next towards solving for x?
D5, that's it.
No. I have to move 10 to the other side. I have to separate the variable from the rest. First, I have to separate the variable from the rest. All terms with the variable are on one side. Everything else has to be on the other. And I have to caution you, and this is the technique for degree 1. The technique for degree 2 will be different. The degree 3 will be different. So this is for degree 1. As you see, degree 1. That's why the degree is so crucial to understand. The technique for degree 1 is what we're doing now. The technique for degree 2 will be a totally different one. Good. So first we have to move 10 to the other side. I always like to say to my students, clean it up to the most possible level. So 36 minus 10 is 26. Now I can simplify or divide, as you said. Not before. You can say, will I get the same answer? Of course. But then you have to divide 3 numbers instead of dividing 2. So clean it up first to the fullest. And then the final step, yes, we have to divide both sides by 2 and x equals 13. Is it? I don't know. I have no clue. I have to go back to the original problem, replace x by 13. 2 times 13 is 26. 26 plus 10 is 36. 36 divided by 3 will be 12. So now, confidently, I say yes. And there is no other solution. And again, this is the technique For expressions or polynomials, if you want, degree 1. This will not be the technique for degree 2 or other. Good. I would like us to continue and work on, and please remember, if you do not do the work between now and beginning of class or the next class, you will not know what to ask, and you may not even qualify to take the test. So please do the work so you can ask questions on Thursday. They will pile up very fast, please. So we're looking at 1.6 now. And 1.6, what I would like to do is translate. Translate? What is this? Okay, translate English into math. It's not easy. It's not easy to translate English into math. Okay? So, the sum of 7 and 19. How would you translate that? The sum of 7 and 19. The sum of 7 and 19. Good. Okay, how will I translate twice? The sum of a number and 6. Twice. The sum of a number and 6. Let's start here. Can anyone give us the sum of a number and 6? The sum of a number and 6. Anybody, please? The sum of a number and 6. How do I translate that into math? The first example was the sum of 7 and 19. Now we have the sum of a number and 6. We do not have the number. You cannot just pick a number. No, that's not possible. Good. So this is indeed x plus 6. The sum of a number and 6. Twice that, yes, if you do not use parentheses, that would not be correct. Good. So, twice what? The sum of a number and 6. Good. Any questions on this? Do we understand?
So when it says a number, you just put in a variable?
Absolutely, because the number is not indicated. You don't have to use x. You can use any letter you like. That's not important. But since we do not have the number, we have to use a variable or a letter. Good. Next one. The sum of a triple of a number and -5. The sum of a triple of a number and -5. Anybody? The sum of a triple of a number and -5. the sum of a triple of a number and -5. How do I write that? Anyone would like to try? Yes, triple of a number and -5 initially. And yes, this is 3x minus 5. Any questions so far? Please. Any questions? Is everyone okay? Okay. The sum of a number and 29 is -14. The sum of a number and 29 is -14. Can anyone help with this? The sum of a number and 29 is -14. The sum of x and 29 equals -14. Indeed. So this is, was, equals. They all mean the same thing, the equal symbol. So the sum of a number and 29 is -14 is correct. Any questions? Okay, so here's another. You have $14. I have $3 less than what you have. How much do I have? You have 14 in your pocket, and I have 3 less than what you have. What do I have? Say it again. I just didn't hear. I'm sorry?
$11?
Yes. So I have 14 minus 3. I want everyone to understand that this is not 3 minus 14. So this is what it means. When we say 3 less than, 3 less than, that's exactly what we mean. We do not mean 3 minus 14. We mean 14 minus 3. And that is indeed $11. Okay, here's another example. Assuming there is a team A and a team B. If team B has a score of X, and we say team A has 18 points less than team A. Than team B, sorry. What does team A have? So team B has X points. Team A has 18 points less than team B. What does team A have? So team B has X, and team A has 18 points less than team B. How do I write an expression for the number of points that team A has?
X minus 18.
Indeed. So this is X minus 18. Thank you. Or B minus 18, that's fine. Perfect. Any questions? Okay. I'm going to open the 1.6 practice, and let's look there and work on some problems. 1.6. Okay. 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 They consider me logged out. Okay, let me do it again. Just want us to choose some problems from 1.6. Please understand that this is a 13-week class and we have to keep up with the pace, please. Please. I don't want to lose anybody. Okay. Okay, we talked about this one just a minute ago. Yes. This is the problem that we wanted to continue with. So let's read the problem. The perimeter of a triangle is 33 meters. Okay, so I picture a triangle. I write the perimeter is 33 meters. This is the information I have from the very first sentence. Next, the first side. Okay, so I have to label them. A, B, and C. The first side, which in this case is A, is 5 meters. So is, remember what is means, is 5 meters longer than the third side. The first side is 5 meters longer than the third side. How would you write this? How do we translate this into plain English? The first side is 5 meters longer than the third. What do you think? Please say something. Please. Anybody?